Dominique, aka That Therapist. For those of you that don't know me, I am the lead clinician and CEO for a group practice known as Yellowbird Counseling here in Birmingham, Alabama. However, we do service the entire state of Alabama with more states soon to come. So yeah, what do we do? For those of you that this may be your first time with us, every Thursday evening, we facilitate live discussions on reasons that we all could benefit from a therapist outside of simply just having a mental illness. You know, people usually think, oh, I got to have a problem, or, oh, talking to somebody ain't going to help me, or, oh, blah, 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 and get it all wrong. So we literally, every single Thursday, facilitate live discussions at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time to assist you with understanding how therapy could benefit you, even if you don't have a mental illness. If you're a human that lives in a world you can't control and you have thoughts in your brain, you could definitely benefit from a therapist for either therapy or counseling. I've already done a live on what's the difference between therapy and counseling, but you can get them both. In short, counseling is like life coaching that your insurance can pay for. That's what it is in short. God, my shirts be crooked. Y'all know how I be on here. So if y'all could please share this live. This month, what we've been doing is doing a therapist perspective of each insecure character. So, of course, last but not least, but definitely, and I have one of my fabulous therapists who I couldn't think of one better suited for the discussion than one of the young ones coming on. So we're going to bring her on, but I'm going to let y'all know, because y'all my people. There is a link in the comments, okay? The link in the comments is for the discounted Black Wellness Expo tickets. So y'all have at it, whatever is left. I don't even know. I have not looked at it. So look, and if there is something left, grab it. Those are half off tickets, okay? But once they're gone, they're gone. They're going back to regular price next week, okay? So I'm not going to offer anymore. So y'all my people, so I wanted to let y'all know. So Instagram and Facebook, there is a pinned comment for you to click on to go purchase your discounted Wellness Expo ticket. All right. And please share this live. Please share this live. All right. Without further ado, because we are going to be a little shorter this evening, won't be going for an entire hour this evening, unfortunately, but we still are here. So definitely share this live. Thank you to those of you that are watching on the replay. Give us some love, give us some hearts so that we know that you're there. Also, again, the link in the comment is for the discounted Wellness Expo tickets. And there was literally like not that many left. So might want to click that link. All right. Without further ado,
hello!
Hey! We got Miss Shekinah Lee coming on. She's number 3, I think. She's number 3. So she's been around for a second because we're on number 8 now. So yeah.
I've been around for a while.
Yeah, introduce yourself to the people again.
Hello, people. I'm Shekinah Lee. How do you do?
We love it. Tell them what you do. Tell them what your purpose is.
Okay, so boom. My purpose is
joy.
Okay,
joy.
But
see what I did there? I just kind
of I picked up what you put down, and I fool with it. But I'm a school counselor during the day. I do a private practice with Yellowbird Counseling in the evening, and I also run Purpose Joy, which is a small business dedicated to destigmatizing the conversation around mental health within the minority community. We do that with Self-Care Saturday Lives, YouTube videos, events, worksheets, self-care minute journals, all that good jazz.
Yeah, I only hire the best of the best. They be coming with the heat. I'm like, oh, they're always braggable. Only braggable therapist over here. So they bougie. They good and bougie, but they're down to earth, okay? They just bougie educationally and bosses with what they got going on. I got a lot of therapists that run other businesses. They just have been so gracious to come on and help me and take some of my things, but they got their own things going on too. So that's just what kind of type of time we on over here.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So she been around for a while, and guess what? Soon, very soon, if I don't get on Blue Cross Blue Shield nerves, she's gonna be able to take out of network benefits. Right now, she's private pay, very affordable rates still. However, if you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, want to see her, and you have out of network benefits, very soon she will be able to accept those. So she will fill up fast. She won't be able to take you if you sit on it. So go on ahead and get on her books. Go to yellowbirdcounseling.com and, set something up with her, because if you wait, it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone like that. And you can be like, oh, can she just? I'm be like, no, she can't. So get on it. Okay, cool. So tonight we're going to be doing a character analysis for Miss Issa Dee or Issa Dee, whichever last name you choose. But the character Issa, not the real life person Issa. Got to make that delineation, because I don't want folks trying to say we trying to diagnose any real people on a live. That's not what we're doing. We're talking about the character Issa. That's why we can do this, because characters are not real people. Okay? So we're going to talk about Issa, same kind of format that we've been doing, just kind of talking about what we can gather from the character as far as, what we see in their life in the show and how we might approach them as a therapist. So I've done the first three. So I'm gonna ask you, tell me kind of what you gather from Issa the character and what could be going on with her.
Okay, so I got my list here. I went through so let me just get my little, so I can start to scroll. One second. Okay. So my first thing was that stood out to me a lot was kind of the grieving process when her and Lawrence broke up. And we be thinking grief is linear, right? And we think that when we're going through our processes that, I just go through this, or even that grief is only associated with death. It could be the death of a relationship, the end of something, or just the death of a life that we know it. At the end of I forget what season it was. I think it was either 1 or 2. At the end of the season, we witnessed Issa kind of reflecting on what life could have been and how everything should have gone for her and things like that. And it was a grief attached to that. And then we saw how she was processing her grief, which was her rotation. If y'all remember, just putting everybody in rotation, going out there you go. That's it. This whole thing, and it's not really addressing what was going on, not really having a great team like Yellowbird counseling there to, kind of intercepts this, so we can, counsel her through her grief and get her to a place of productively processing those emotions. So that's my first thing that I noticed was her grieving process, and just how if she would have taken steps as far as being more self-aware that she was grieving, and that all these relationships she was hopping into, like the Daniel situation and all the men and the Tinder and the man down the street, and it was a lot.
Even though Daniel was fine though.
Fine, but you weren't really over Lawrence, and that's how you was able to make a reappearance at the end, pop out like this, I got you back, babe, and stuff like that, because you weren't really ever over him. You were grieving the whole time. So that part. That was my first,
So okay, so let's say Issa come to a session after this breakup. How might you approach that with her, and what might be some homework or next steps you would give her in this process?
Well, the first thing I would kind of ask her is what happened? If we saw that you cheated on him, what was it that led to you cheating? What was it that led to you hiding it? Why didn't you feel safe enough to trust him with it? I'll just ask her as much as she's willing to share. And then from that, I think sometimes being in the space of listening first when someone is grieving something or in pain about something, that's the most important part. listen first. So then after listening, I will start to ask her really what does she want to see happen with this? What is your end game result? Do you want to go back? Do you want to try to separate yourself and get independence from this person? Do you want to see what life could be like if you start to lean into yourself? What did you notice that you didn't like about yourself? Were you okay with cheating on him? What was wrong with that? Things like that. Like, it's like, because we may even identify that maybe you're not really a monogamous person. That's not really for you. And there might be some other things that you need to explore. We might identify some other risks in the relationship that may have come from previous things that have nothing to do with this relationship right now. We may identify all types of things once we kind of like get your thoughts on where you want to see this go. And then for that was like one of my first homework assignments. Then from there, we would identify things like whatever narrative you have about it based off of what you say you want to see happen. So, like, let's say, for instance, I just want my life back. Okay, so are we implying that without him, we don't have one? So, what does that look like? What are we saying about that? Are we saying that, I just feel really bad about cheating on Lawrence in the first place? If I wouldn't have cheated, this would have happened, and we get caught up in those shoulds. So, are there some distortions there that we need to identify? Things like that. So, it just kind of, I would imagine it going that way if she was to slide by Yellowbird and hop.
Yeah. So from kind of going back to the show, from what you can decipher, what would you think that her cheating was a result of?
Well, she was really, really unhappy. And instead of knowing how to communicate what she wasn't happy about, she reflected on that. And then, not to mention, it was around a birthday and things like that. So there's like all types of, there's other areas that she might be discontent in space of discontent about. And Lawrence was just one of those many things. And so Daniel kind of represented a life that she could have had, a life that might be, or an escape rather. And so, as opposed to her really being able to face what she was dealing with, she avoided it, complete avoidance, and went over here and got into this place that made her feel good, and really just like wasn't really her life, trying to escape from what was happening there.
And I wonder with her, because we see a lot of her trying to find her voice throughout all the seasons, really, and learning how to communicate things. I'm wondering where because we had one maybe in this season. I don't really remember prior to this last season seeing any interaction with her family other than her mom on the FaceTime call. So I'm wondering what was going on way back in childhood to where she felt like it seemed like her voice was stifled. Right. So it's hard to really say because we don't have too much background information, but I'm wondering maybe if just based on her relationship with Molly, was there bullying going on that could have led to her not feeling like she could speak up for herself or voice her needs? Her mom was a bit boisterous. We can't really say it was her, but I'm wondering if maybe in the home her mom was like, quit crying, you don't have nothing to cry about type stuff, or where we push to emotions are weak or whatever. I just wonder what kind of narrative developed from way back, whether it be from like school bullying or family bullying, or just being told that expression wasn't okay.
Right.
So what are your thoughts?
Or even, that, or even the fact that like she was so, because it even sound like when they were being so afraid of his response to how she would feel, and trying to like spare his feelings and spare what he was, because every time Molly asked about, he's going through a really hard time right now. He's going through a really hard time right now, and things like that. And trying to make sure that she doesn't bruise somebody's ego, and not being able to communicate it that way. And then I'm also wondering, the only other time too that we saw them was when her mom was in a relationship with her, who the new boyfriend was, and stuff like that. And then like the twins and Thanksgiving thing, they didn't even spend like Thanksgiving together because the mom had to, go tend to the new boyfriend and stuff. And so it's like that wondering about like, what type of attachment style was there to begin with? to try
Mm-hmm.
to see
Mm-hmm.
like what were you used to being able to communicate? What type of relationship did you have with your mom in that space? Um, when it came down to being open enough to voice what was going on with people that you care about. And like you said
Mm-hmm.
too, if I did voice what was going on, was there an incident that took place where when I did talk about it, I would shut up? Like
Mm-hmm.
I had to be quiet. So I'm one that's yeah, I'm wondering that too. I'm definitely wondering that.
Yes, I mean they gave us a lot, but didn't really give us
Mm-mm.
a lot at the same time. Even with all of their families, and Molly's
Was
family was the most
yeah,
interaction we saw, and still it wasn't that much,
right,
but it was the
right,
most we saw of any of the
right.
characters. And we don't even, well, I guess we do know that Issa wasn't in a two-parent home.
Mm-hmm.
If, well, we don't necessarily know that. We don't know when her parents or if they were ever together. We don't know.
Yeah, none of that. Yeah,
But we do know, like, but a lot of them had two-parent homes and still were having issues, still having
right,
insecurities. So
right,
like I said last week, a two-parent home doesn't necessarily make a child, and a one-parent home does not necessarily break a child. So I just wonder what was her interactions like with people that had influence on her at a younger age, whether that be her mom, whether that be her dad, whether that be friends at school or teachers or whoever,
yeah,
that caused her to feel like have exhibit a more anxious attachment style.
right.
So, um, so yeah, so something to chew on. Well, I don't know what else. What else do you think could have been going on with Issa the character?
Let's return back to the notes. 1 second, please.
Yes.
Okay, so another thing I noticed was dependency. And not being able to. I don't ever remember Issa being actually by herself ever. The whole time we were watching her, it was always somebody. And then if it was a gap between the people, there was like another person lingering. Because even random security guard man, and then it was like the Tinder, you see what I'm saying, thing and stuff like that. I never saw Issa by herself, almost as if to say like she was dependent on the company of another person, always. And
Mm-hmm.
they didn't tell us a lot about that, but I even want to know more too about the validation that came with that partnership. Like, was it the fact that you needed somebody around to make sure that, there was some type of security around it? Like, what was that motivating factor really for why you had people in that space with you all the time? You was
Mm-hmm.
never like, I don't remember none of it. Even when I
Yep.
thought she was trying to like, do better, like get herself together or whatever. And she was doing that, like when she first started running the apartment, managing apartment, then a random security guard man popped up. I was like, where'd you even come from? Like, who are you?
Right.
So
Where did he even come from?
I don't know. He was magically on the episode. I was like, oh, okay, this is all
That
right.
guy.
Okay. So yeah, so I just that was that type of dependency, and then even I don't know, Molly and her relationship to me seemed very codependent too. To the point of almost being unhealthy. Molly more so than the other, but I'm sure you discussed that already. So it's like looking at that kind of like dynamic between the two of them as far as like the other person's opinion mattered so much to her. Like Molly's opinion of her mattered so much to her till it like disrupted some of her bigger events and disrupted some of the things that she really felt really good about. Instead, it's like it's almost like she took it very, very seriously. And then brings me back to that relationship with her mom, and even maybe the influence of different female characters in her life, and how she feels when it comes to developing those type of relationships with other women.
So for that, as you, let's say if Issa the character comes into the Yellowbird office and she, that is something that you notice. Well, how might you help her navigate that
I would
codependent?
ask So I would ask her in a space a lot of times, like if for example, if it was after the festival that they had and the issue with Molly, you saw how they started those episodes with, yeah, I don't really fool with Molly no more. Like we're not really cool no more and stuff like that. I would ask her why. And then as
Mm-hmm.
she's explaining and things like that, I would allow her the opportunity to kind of explain to me, so what were your boundaries in this relationship that you feel like they crossed? and like as to why this wasn't a relationship that can work for you anymore. And then after that, I would, if she shares anything with me that they're supposed to do this and they're supposed to do that, I'll be like, I'll ask her about where these expectations are coming from. Then as far as like, why is it that that's her job to do that? Why is it that that's her job to like, why do we feel like that's her responsibility? And then after that space, kind of hope that she leads to her own self. Like, some of these things are my responsibility. Some of these things are for me to do. Some of these things are for me to be responsible for. And it's really unfair most times to expect other people to fulfill some of those needs. So that's what I would allow her to do. And I would, if we don't get to it really in session, because you only have a certain amount of time, so sometimes you don't want to coach the whole way. You want them to kind of come to their own conclusions. So I'll just try to I enforce reflective notes. Make sure that you're journaling in between session. A recent thing that I've been doing is, especially for sessions or people that I have sessions with, either like every 2 weeks, I have them in that midweek point review your notes. Like, take some moments, review your notes, review your aha moments, and see if you have any new ones after a week and things like that. And then come back, and hopefully, as she does that, she'll start to realize new spaces of independence and new spaces of maybe that wasn't her responsibility, or maybe I was too hard on her about that, and giving her and friends some more grace to navigate a better relationship.
Awesome. Love it. Yeah. So as y'all are coming in, or as y'all are listening, please share this live. Share this live. Also, there is a link, the pinned comment in the comments. That's the link to the discounted tickets for the Black Wellness Expo. Okay. It ain't that many left. So sitting around, you, by the time you done thinking about it, they gonna be gone, and then you're gonna be left with the regular price, which is fine if you want to pay that. But if you want half off, click the pin link in the comment, and when they gone, and that's just that. All right, okay. Well, what's your next point you had what else did you discover? What else were you thinking about?
Okay, hold on one second. Okay.
Yes, so hold on one sec. Yes, Natalie, not Natalie, Natasha. However, it is a mask mandate, and I have even purchased medical grade mask. If people come without a mask, I've also purchased alcohol hand sanitizer. So there will be a mask like over your nose and mouth mandate. So for anybody that's in attendance. So yes, we will stop you at the door. Hand sanitize, put your mask over your nose and mouth. So that will be in place, and they are medical grade masks. So yes, but it is in person only. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so the next one is phase of life issues, I noticed. And so what we were watching is her kind of like transitioning to different periods, like discovering new things of herself and things like that. And so in that came like kind of an identity crisis and like a little cognitive dissonance as well. Like when we're talking about her, and she, like in our final season, we witnessed her like having to make 2 decisions about what life she wanted. This one or this one over here. And all the while Lawrence kept popping up. And so it's like, it was beautiful to watch, because I like empathize on one hand because I'm so close in age, but then the other part is like understanding that is very, very normal, and taking away that whole like angst about these changes. You're not going to stay the same. You're going to continue to grow. And I think it's like this imaginary timeline that people think exists, as far as like, I'm supposed to be here at this point, I'm supposed to be doing this, and this is supposed to be this and that. But your life sometimes doesn't work out that way. You have to just be in it, just be and accept it all. And I think we saw an excellent example of her being able to like get to a place of doing that, just doing her thing and being in whatever that was.
So what might that session look like if she's describing struggle, whether she knows she's describing it or not, but just struggling with those life changes? How might you help her navigate that in session?
Well, first I would ask, the biggest thing, I'm super client led. So again, the biggest thing would be kind of ask, well, what do you want? What type of life? When you close your eyes and you just envision, I'll probably go through like an exercise where we take some visualization techniques and things like that, and just really take some time to really see yourself in a certain place. What does that look like? Are you going to work at an office, or are you at home? Are you working out in the community, or do you see yourself doing something more like on a stage or something like that? Who do you see yourself working with? What demographic? Who are the people you're helping? If you want to help people, like what do you want to do? And then after really getting to those inner thoughts of like really meditating on what her desires are for her future, then after that, we start breaking that thing down from top back. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, so what does that look like? Well, how does the step towards doing this really look? And who's around you when you're doing it? And then before you know it, she'll come up with some goals, some action steps. And I try to encourage my clients always to follow their gut, in a sense that you know the answer already. We're here to help you get it out, but you know the answer already. So really practicing like goal setting techniques, going over some affirmations even too, to reaffirm herself that she's exactly where she's supposed to be, doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing, and that she knows herself better than anybody else, and encouraging that direction of growth in that way, so that she will make sure that she is doing things that are authentic to her, because that's the most important part. It doesn't matter what direction you go. If she wanna sell goats on the side of the road, that's great. If it's fulfilling, I don't care. You see what I'm saying? That's great. If it's fulfilling, that makes you happy. You be the best goat selling person ever. But it just make sure that it's something that fulfills you and it's authentic to you. It's something that you wanted to do. And so I think for a lot of times it was like, and a lot of my clients get into that space again with those shoulds. I should be here. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. And they're never from inside. They're always from somebody else. So really making sure that you get to that point of getting that stuff from inside of you and doing what's authentic to you and helping her get there.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Y'all be sure again, share this live, share this live. And for those of y'all that are in here, it's your lucky day. If you're trying to come to the Black Wellness Expo, the pinned comment is the link to the discounted half off tickets. So if you want your ticket half off, and it's going to be great, y'all. We're going to have massages, mental health consults, yoni steams, every ticket, including general admission, includes food and drink tickets. We're going to have DJ Gaptooth on the 1 and 2. We're going to have Lady Wu hosting us for the evening. And we're going to have several health and wellness vendors to help you with any other area in your life that you may need to come and enjoy with us. We're trying to introduce wellness to the Black community in a way that is fun and exciting and inviting and non-threatening. So you do not want to miss the first inaugural Black Wellness Expo. Again, there are not many, if any. I don't know. I haven't looked. Y'all might need to click that link and look, but there may not. Click the link, and whatever discounted tickets are left, you can have it. Because once they're gone, and they're going to go back up to full price once those tickets are out. So I would click that link. It's the pinned comment in the comments. Click that link. That is the link to the discounted half off tickets for the Black Wellness Expo. And again, when I looked earlier, it was like this many left. So you might want to go on ahead and click that link so you can go on ahead and get your ticket. All right. What else do you notice about Issa?
The last one I have on my list is vocational stress.
Okay.
And we don't realize how, when we talk about self-care, it's like a big rainbow of different things, about 6 to 8. And professional self-care is like one of the ones that really can impact all other areas, your mental health, your physical health, all that stuff, right? And so when we're watching Issa, the frustration she's having at being at a job that isn't fulfilling for her, and then the different issues, it's like so many of the issues surround around what she's doing professionally. And it's like, we have to realize that you kind of saw how her energy about everything else in her life changed once she started doing something that she wanted to do. And it's again, what I was talking about before, about making sure that things are authentic to you. And she was doing stuff that was not really for her. We Got Y'all did not have her. That was not her bag. She didn't need to be there. And so when that transition started to take place and she starts to really identify, okay, so what am I doing? Like, what's next and stuff like that. That idea about that block parties turned into this whole entire thing because she trusted her gut and she leaned into herself. But vocational stress is very, very real. And so when we're talking about vocational stress and what that might look like, because I know the question is coming next, what that might look like if someone comes to the office with that or comes to have a session with that, again, identifying what you want. What do you want? Be honest enough with yourself. What is it about your job? You might even put down, okay, dream job. What does that look like? And what is it about this job that doesn't match with this? And then when we compare the list, how can we make, is it something that's fixable, or do we need to figure out what another step is? Some people are in a position to be able to do that, to be able to really identify, okay, you know what? I really don't want to work for anybody else. Well, why? Because the deceiving thing is to think that it's less work. No, it's more work to work for anybody.
It's more work, people.
It's more work. It's more work.
I work 9 to 12-hour days.
That do not need
maybe
to be
on my couch, but I'm still working.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, do not, like, it's a just like, please don't let that be the misconception that if you work for yourself, it's less work. But the point is that some people, it is that they're meant to be entrepreneurs. They were meant to lead. And so it's hard for them to get in places where they're following and in a place that's not fulfilling because they're meant to lead. So at the end of the day, being able to identify that, like, what is true to you. And when she found out what was true to her, I'd be holding on to Issa, and we already got a real close relationship because that's bae. She was already bae. Mm-hmm. But when I was watching the show, and I was listen, this is like, but when I was watching that show and I was watching her come into herself, it was something so exhilarating about it because it was watching somebody who, you know, when you're in your mid-20s, early 30s, and you're supposed to have it all figured out. I done got my degree. I done did all this stuff. Okay, this is supposed to be A, B, and C. And it's not. Life doesn't work that way. And it's like watching her go through that process and then succeeding at the end, baby, it was beautiful. I feel like I can do anything. I feel like everybody should be like this to do anything. But that's what happens. That's the power of your vocation. You don't realize how it does really truly spill over to every other area of your life. So when you are stressed at work, that's something to pay attention to. Like, you need to be stop checking and reflecting while you're working, making sure you're breathing, keeping your mind intact, get you some mindfulness techniques, bring yourself back to the present. If you need to leave the job, make sure you have a strategic exit strategy. We can help you with that too. Okay. As far as like identifying what your next steps are and what you need to do, if that is something that you are desiring to transition careers, all that stuff is stuff that we can help you navigate through therapy. I love what you said earlier, Dominique, when you were like, counseling is just like life coaching that your insurance can pay for. Because whether you realize or not, it is like legit that we are here to help counsel you. We are here to help assist you with all of these life challenges, and jobs are included. Y'all be thinking that's not necessary, but it is. So come on down to Yellow Bird. They get on your nerves. Yep. Come on. About it.
I have lots of clients that once we were able to identify that their job wasn't for them and what specific steps for their individual circumstance they needed to take to get into a new job. Once they got into a new job, they felt like a new person. You're at your job 2/3 of your life as an adult. So if you're somewhere that's not serving you, and like Shekinah said, we got to assess, is it fixable? Is it a perspective shift? Or is it really just the environment is not for you? Or is it just that working for someone else is not for you? And it's okay if it's not. We can look at action steps, slow transitions into what your purpose is. And that's important because sometimes we get stuck on just getting a paycheck. But if you really think about it, just a paycheck isn't going to be fulfilling. Like, you know, yes, I could be doing therapy and doing a private practice, but if I don't love it, I would be really, really burnt out and miserable. But because it's my purpose, like, yes, I think about the paycheck, but I'm trying to think about like the purpose of it more. I really think about that more. The money kind of comes second. And y'all probably like, she lying. I promise I'm not. If people that know me on a personal level know, Angel in here, she know. They know. She know, because I be like, here's therapist, have it. Y'all know, y'all take it. But really,
and it's not just that. It's also like, okay, Evan, I'm sorry, I got more to add because you're a real one. Let me tell I gotta tell the people. Because it's not just that,
Go
it's
ahead.
the fact that when people are real about it and they really are passionate about it, because it sprinkles down to every other person that they work for. You can work for a person and they legit can't stand it, and so you can feel that energy of them can't standing it. But when someone loves what they do, that love transcends everyone else around them. Like, it's almost like a light that brightens everybody else. And so it's like it's almost like the whole you're in a bird's nest with somebody and they pushing you to fly. That's legit what happens when you're underneath somebody that has purpose on them. They're in their purpose. They know what it feels like already, so they trying to get you to do the same exact thing. And it's amazing. It's woo.
Yep. We love it. We love it. So definitely, like, if y'all are feeling any kind of struggle or can relate to any of this, please reach out, yellowbirdcounseling.com. Again, that's yellowbirdcounseling.com. And again, share this live, because someone else could really benefit from the points that have been discussed tonight, and just knowing that there's a therapist that can help navigate them through what they could be experiencing some of the same struggles that Issa is having or had. So definitely be sure to get the link, yellowbirdcounseling.com, and all one word, no spaces, no special characters. And two, for those of y'all that are in here, it's your lucky night, because guess what? The link for the discounted Black Wellness Expo tickets is in the comments. It's half off, and they are almost gone. So when they're gone, they're gone. I'm not going to give any more out. They're going to go back up to regular price. So you definitely want to click that link so you can get the discounted tickets. Like I said, it was only a handful left earlier. So whatever's left, y'all lucky. I haven't even told the general public yet, just my people, just my following. So it is, if you want to come to the Black Wellness Expo, there's food and dessert with every ticket, drink tickets with every ticket, including general admission, access to health and wellness vendors. For the service tickets, we're offering yoni steams, massages, mental health consultation, cosmetology services. We're offering all of that for a discounted half off price now, but Monday it's going to be full price. So if you get paid tomorrow, you might as well just go ahead and pay for that. So you in there, because they're going to be gone, because they was going like hotcakes before I could even tell everybody. So go on ahead and click the link. Two, I already said share this live. But yeah, all right, cool. So any final comments? I know we're ending a little early tonight. But any final things you have to give to the people?
Well, what I have to say is, I'm just kidding. Oh no, but for real, y'all get your ticket for the Black Wellness Expo, please do, because it will change your life. And then share with your friends, your sisters, your cousins, your uncles and brothers, because everybody needs it. And there's something for somebody. There's something there for everyone. So that's the thing that's so beautiful about it too. There's something for everyone there. So please slide by. Second, if you are finding yourself that, something in here resonated with you, it spoke to your heart, okay? You said, you know what, I'm Issa. I have vocational stress. I'm a little codependent. Any of those things, slide on down to Yellowbird, okay? Yellowbirdcounseling.com. All right. And please know that you got the answers already in you. Okay. We just are there to help assist you get them out. You already know what to do. You got everything you need in you. The purpose is there. The light is there. The strength is there. The grace is there. It's all in there. We just gonna help you pull it out. That's all. So yes.
That's it. That's it. That's all.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Shekinah, for coming on with me this evening and discussing. I knew it was going to be a good one, having you on talking about Issa. So, yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Okay, girl. You go be great now, girl. Okay.
All right. See you later, girl. Bye. So yes, please share this live. Again, if you want a discounted ticket to the Black Wellness Expo, you need to click the link, the pinned link in the comments. Again, it's going to be a DJ Gap 2 Funnel 1 and 2. We got Lady Wu hosting us. We got drink tickets, dessert tickets, food tickets. We got health and wellness vendor, wall-to-wall health and wellness vendor. We've got 360 photo booth. We got upstairs, we're going to have yoni steams, mental health consults, massages, cosmetology service. It's going to be a whole entire movie. So if you want to get in there and be in the know and be in the talk of the town, then y'all are going to want to click the link. All right, the pinned link, the pinned comment in the comments. And so you can get that half off ticket, very affordable, half off, but they are going back up Monday. And then once I go on television, then they're probably just going to be sold out completely. I might offer general admission, but if you want that service ticket, you better get it now because they're going fast. And they're for half off. All right, so if you know, you know. If you're on the Yellowbird newsletter, then you know. If you're not, then you don't. But tonight is $100 Cash App giveaway. So if you want to be eligible for that next time, you will want to go to yellowbirdcounseling.com. Again, yellowbirdcounseling.com. And subscribe to that newsletter so you can know when we do the $100 Cash App giveaways, and you can know exactly what you need to do to be eligible to win. All right, let's look. Let's see who did the thing. Of course, we know Lakira did the thing. Natasha did the thing. Let's see. Hey, Kayla. What up, girl? Kayla's one of our other great therapists. Y'all love her. She's great. All of my therapists are great. Kayla's actually one of my leadership ones, though. She's great. Y'all can look at all their profiles at yellowbirdcounseling.com and see numbers 1 through 8 on there. All 8 of them are on there. And 7 and 8 will be doing their intros next month. So you will get to meet them on live. Let's see. So we got Lakira, we got Natasha, we got, I think that's that. All right. Whatever. I like a 50-50 split. So we're going to give Natasha, you're going to be 1. Lakira, you're going to be 2. Let's see what happens. Y'all know how I do. I don't want y'all thinking it's rigged, especially if Lakira Natasha wins a lot too, I think. But I don't want y'all thinking it's rigged if Lakira win. So let me share my screen so y'all can see it is not rigged. Share screen. All right, cool. Let me get Google, new tab. Okay. All right, we're going to start right at the bottom so y'all know. Look, really it is. Yeah, look at my search history. Grayson and Associates, like, y'all just know what I be doing. All right, so number generator. Natasha's 1, Lakira's 2. All right, we got the number generator. So we got 1 is the minimum, 2 is the maximum. All right, let's click generate and see who won. Hey! I knew it. Lakira. Girl. See, that's why I had to share my screen. People thinking that I be playing favorites. I do not play favorites. She just legit won. And I even went backwards. I did 1-2 instead of 1-2. So yes. Let me send her this money, y'all. Oh, my Cash App worked. It has not been working for 2 days. And I forgot that it didn't work until I just went on it, and now it works. So I'm glad they got their crap together and fixed it. Like, it was not, dang, look at all these. Okay. Anywho, that was distracting. Yeah, my Cash App has not been working. I've had to log on from my computer. So it's weird. But anyways, it works now. So, all right, cool. Because I was like, dang, what was I going to do? Send it from my computer? Because Lakira already knows I was going to send it to her because my phone has died in the middle of me trying to send money to her on lives. And she knows she would still get it. But I'm glad that it's not, so I can show y'all. Congratulations from Yellowbird Counseling and the 3 hearts, the 3 yellow hearts. If I can. Mr. Carter is cutting up. All right, cool. So let me show y'all so y'all can see that I be about what I say I be about. I don't be capping. I don't cap. We don't cap on here. We do not cap. All right, cool. So I'm gonna head out. I got somewhere to be. this evening. Yup, I sure did call it. That's why I shared my screen, because I didn't want nobody thinking it was no funny business, because I'm fair and square always. So congratulations for the 1,000th time of winning. Y'all better get on that newsletter, so when you know, and you can have access to have time to, or the opportunity to win the $100 Cash App giveaway when I do them. You'll know exactly when I do them, so you'll know when to be live. All right. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up for February, a lot of fun topics. Y'all are going to meet 2 new therapists that are on the Yellowbird Ambassador team. And we're going to talk more about the expo, and it's going to be great. So, but the discounted tickets are going to be gone by then. So you want to click that pinned link in the comment, and please share this live, because someone on your timeline could definitely benefit. I will see you all next week. Thank you for joining.